Another interesting thing which came to my attention, that one of the very famous early church fathers was a Christian called Origen, O-R-I-G-E-N, his name is. And I always was very interested in him because he was the one Christian who was very strong on reincarnation. And even though that later on reincarnation was considered a heresy, by the early Roman Church, nevertheless he was so important to the Church that his writings actually were kept and remained. It was very rare that anybody who was heretical in one side still had his writings preserved. And it's because of this we know that this guy actually believed in reincarnation, but he was just too good a philosopher for the Christians to totally ignore. And one interesting point when I was reading about the life of Origen was that he said that he had a teacher called Ammonius Saccas. Ammonius Saccas. And when I read this, the person who wrote the book said, no one knows who this Ammonius Saccas was. There's no other record of a great mind called Ammonius Saccas, like a philosopher in Greece or anything. There's no record of this Ammonius Saccas. But his disciple Origen was one of the most famous people in the Christian church. And in fact, I was visiting my old Cambridge College in Emmanuel, and I was really surprised to see in the chapel, in the stained glass windows, there are actually 4 figures from early Christianity, represented in the stained glass windows, and Origen is one of them. So this fellow is very highly respected. And his teacher, no one knows who that is, Ammonius Saccas. And I think you all know that sometimes that when we go from culture to culture, sometimes the first name becomes second and the second name becomes first. So turn that around, Ammonius Saccas to Saccamuni. Now what does that sound like? Sakyamuni! Because even in Pali, the Shakya is called Sakka. So in Pali, Sakka was his clan name, the Sakka clan, which actually also means teak. That's a very strong type of wood. That's where it comes from. So there we go. His teacher was Sakyamuni. So there we go. I mean, that's another dead ringer there. This guy Origen, who believed in reincarnation, a very strong influence in the Christian church, was a disciple of Shakyamuni. Interesting. Deserves further investigation.